started. Hello everybody, here we are again, and I hope you guys are doing great. And we will first of all complete the brainly thing that we had. I was supposed to work on that for 3 hours, but I have only worked for 2 hours. That means 1 hour is still remaining. And after working on that, I will be moving to debug section, and I have to give 3 hours to that section as well. So this is how it's gonna be going on. And as for learning Next.js is concerned, that is the last second last priority, so we will be even going through that once we have gone through the debug section. So this is the plan for now. And just a minute, let me check. Moving to debug section, and I have to give 3 hours to the section. Okay, that's me. Voice quality is quite good, so I don't need to worry about anything else. Let's continue from here on. I have to just give it 1 more hour, and then I'll be done. And after giving it 1 more hour, it will be around 1 at that time. Yeah. So this live is just going to be for 1 hour. And in this live, I will mainly be learning about, not learning actually, I will be simply working on this one. So when it comes to working on this thing, so we have worked this much. It looks great, okay, not that bad, not that good. Well, it is even good. I cannot call it bad actually. We have given our all here. So it is no doubt looking good. So what I can do next to that, let's work on the model section that we have over there. So this is the model that we created, and class name is the model. Few more things that I have to add over here. First one is gonna be let's give this particular thing the design, and text is going to be not just text. Let's make it flex. Then items is going to be center. Items center. Justify, that's gonna be center, and I hope this is gonna be quite okay. Let's even check that thing right now. Reload the page, and if I click on open button, it still comes there. That means I need to fix this. Why does it come there? I need to figure this thing out. This thing needs to take height full and width full as well. Height full, width full. Will it work with this much only? I'm not sure, so I'll have to even give it a screen height. Yeah, it is not gonna work. It is still there. So I can do one thing, and that thing is going to be, let me even click on this particular thing. Well, this is even better. So what can I do? Let's make it height screen. Height is screen. Width is also gonna be a screen. And even when it comes to doing this much, so I can do one thing. I can just make it absolute. Something like this. So this is absolute right now. I can say inset is going to be 0. How about this thing right now? Let's see. It should rather work. So if I click on this, the model, the thing is happening. Reload the page. Click on the model. Well, that does not appear at all. That is absolute. That should appear here. Insert 0 does not work, so let's make it top 0, and left is gonna be 0 as well. Will it be visible in that case? Reload the page, open it. Yeah, that is visible there. So insert 0 did not work. Why is that so? Let's remove this particular section from here. I'm gonna use absolute and insert 0 only, and let's see why it doesn't work. Insert 0, insert 1, don't know, BG red 500 or something. Just wanna check this thing out whether it works or not. Reload the page. Okay, this is like this. Got that. So it's mainly this much, and as I have set it absolute. Okay, and where am I using model? Let's even check that particular thing. So I'm using model inside show model button inside the card. And when it comes to card, so card itself, just a sec. I'm using model, and I'm using it with the help of these things. That means it will even take the values. I will have to enter the values in the model, that is right. So if I'm using the model for the card, so that should be here, and it should take some of the values. It may take, it may not even take, so it depends. That's right. And I have YouTube embed, I have Twitter embed. With the help of that thing, I will be getting the values and all. After this, yeah, okay, that's not bad. And when it comes to this model, I have kept it absolute, and something must be relative just on top of it. So maybe is this relative part? This is not relative, but there is something relative. Its parent is relative, so it could be like cards can be relative, and cart is not relative. So content sidebar in auth page navbar model layout content. This is the page. So is this relative? Yeah, this is relative. So it's getting relative to that. Well, that's not even bad if it is actually behaving like that. So what can I do after that? The next thing that I can do, let's open the model. Model should appear here or somewhere. Okay, don't really have those options too. So let's click on this, open model. By the way, I have given it a VG color, haven't I? This is just the button. Let's remove the button from here. Let's simply talk about this model. If I click on this, this has the color VG. So even I just simply reload the page, what will happen? I should not be getting the model, but I'm getting that. That means that is insert one. That is throughout the page. That is right. What can I do? Model is by default hidden, so I can just simply uncheck, like remove this particular color from here. Let's keep it 0, and let's see what happens now. It's not visible. If I click on this, that's still not visible. That means I'll have to set it 1 anyhow. Let's check this thing right now. Reload the page and click on model. That is not visible. Well, the thing is that I'm not even able to click on all these things. Okay, it should be hidden by default, so I can say one thing, that it's not hidden. That's right. As for the model should be hidden. When I click on the model, that should appear. So instead of making this particular section absolute, let's remove this part from here. This is the main model. I will be making this particular section absolute and insert 1. Reload the page. Right now I'm able to click on this. Yeah, it's working. Reload the page and click on model. The model appears. The next thing is that I have to keep it in the middle. So it can be insert is already one, that's already in the middle, and the remaining things can be inside there. So just let's make it flex. Even let's give it some color so that I am able to recognize. So BG red is gonna be 500 around, just to check. So let's check this thing right now. Over here, this is, if I click on this is the color of the model. Okay, it needs to be in the middle, but it is not in the middle. I'm setting it insert 1. Can I set it to insert 0? What will happen in that case? Let's check this thing out. Reload the page. Open this. Insert 0 is like that. What does this mean? Left is going to be 0. Right is also going to be 0. How about this? Well, it does not work. Well, it does work. This is the whole thing. So what can I do? This is just the dialog page that I'm checking out. That's right. It's being rendered somewhere else. The dialog page that is rendering there. Let's do one thing. Let's go with the easier way, and that way is gonna be this. But even that's still gonna be visible. It will have height screen. It will have width screen, something like that. It will be on top of everything. Well, let's see this thing whether it works or not. Oh, bad. Bad. How can I fix this particular thing? I have model works, I get the model. How about giving this the same thing? Height is going to be screen, width is also going to be screen. And let's look at the result. Reload the page. What's wrong with this now? Is this not even running? npm run there. Mm-hmm. 5173. It's running on 5173 and I have 5174. So let's even change this particular thing from here. 5173/content. So I have content looking like this, and then I can click on open, and then this looks like this. Hide screen. Width screen. About this, well, it's gonna be looking like that, and that looks really terribly bad. How can I get it in the middle? For that thing I will have to make it absolute for sure. Absolute. Once this is absolute, I'll be saying that you will have top 0 and you will have left 0. And let's see how does it look like. Let's give it the BG color as well. So BG is gonna be red, 300, 500, whatever. And it looks like this right there. If I reload the page, it does not appear. If I click on model, it appears. The thing is that I have to bring it in the middle. What can I do for that? For that thing, as it is already absolute, I can say that flex justify center items center. What will happen now? So reload the page. It is here. Why am I getting it by default over here? If this is working, so why wasn't the previous thing working? I'm just simply giving it the margin right now. Margin works well, that's great. And I can just remove the color from here, this red color, then it will be looking like something. Top left, I don't even need to set this if I'm not wrong. Let's see whether it's visible or not. Reload the page, open it, then it looks like this in the middle. And I'm mainly setting the margin, that is why it's simply coming in the middle. That's right. Margin is auto from all the sides. Another thing is that I could have used the width and screen height, but this is the main model box. Inside that everything comes, right? So if I actually give it a width screen, height screen, and make it flex, items are gonna be center, justify is going to be center. Shouldn't it do the same? No, because when you give it a this is like that. Close this. I can't even close that, never mind. So this misbehaves mainly because this particular section is inside that, and whenever I give it fix width and height, it makes itself visible. I will have to hide in that case, so like I'll have to keep it hidden and then I'll have to make it visible. So the previous method was rather better, that I can actually give it margin. This works better over here. Like if I actually give it flex and all, and height and width, at that time it will take that much width only, and at that time when I don't click on the model, it should not appear. So let's give it the margin and that to auto, and it will do the job, and that too in all sides. So if I click on model right now, it simply appears over here. I can even close this thing. So this much we have done. What is the next thing that we have to do? First of all, I don't need this model here. Rather, whenever I should click on this edit button, the model should appear. That's great. So for this particular thing, that model button, model button, this is the button that I have created. Go to card, and this is the show model button. This is not what I want. When it comes to this show model button, yeah, I don't even need this actually. Let's remove it from here, and I will be using the logic of show model button. So let's go here. Whenever I click on pencil, at that time the model should appear. So I will be using like on click whenever it is clicked, on click, and it will be like edit note, something like this. And as soon as I click on that, the model should appear. So const edit note, that's gonna be equals to this and this. As soon as that is clicked, I have to just run some logic over here, and that logic is gonna be the logic of the show button. So what am I doing over here? I'm getting the document.get element, and once I got the element, I'm calling show model over here. So let's cut it from here, or copy it, whatever, and go to card.tsx, just paste it over here. This thing is done, and once this particular thing is done, let's get the element over here as well. So const element is gonna be this. What do I have to do on that particular element? It's saying that is never read. Okay, so I can say element dot show model. This is the method that I'll be calling on that, and it will be done. So that means now as soon as I click on this, the model appears. Close the model, click, model appears, click, model appears, and click at the model appears. One more thing is that when I click outside, the model does not disappear, and for disappearing the model we have to have another thing as well. So let's go there. How does the model gets disappeared in this particular section? No, not here. Maybe in this one, the model. This is also not the one. So we have these ones. Label that covers the page when model opens. So we can close the model by clicking outside. Model backdrop. This is something that's being used. That's great. And where am I using this particular thing? Model out, nothing. Dialog, when I click outside, it's closed. Let's check the JSX. What am I using over here? Model, open model, show model, open model. Okay. Then model box, model font, dialog. Model backdrop. This is the extra thing that I'm actually using over here, and it contains. Let me check what is the difference between these two, because this one gets disappears ultimately when I click outside. So where is my model? Show model is here, not this one. Actually, this is the model I'm looking for. This is here, and this is the new code that I got from there. Let's check the difference between them. Comment it, and now I can check the things out. So first of all, I have this. I have model on the top, and let's remove this particular section from here. So I have model on the top. Just below that I have model box. This is the main model box, and over here I have model box. This is the main model box, and then inside that model box I have something called model action, and there is a method called dialog, and that is it. Here I have this extra thing, and this extra thing is used for making it disappear. So let's copy it from here, Control C, and I have this model box. Below the model box, under the dialog, I will be using this. So I hope that's gonna be like that only, and now I should be getting the right result. I'm not sure, but again, by testing and trial, I'll get it done too. So whenever I'm clicking outside, ultimately this button gets called. So that's right. So there is a button. I created a form. The form method is dialog, and class name is model backdrop, and ultimately it is all around the page. So whenever I click outside, ultimately this button gets clicked, and once this button gets clicked, it simply closes the model. I hope it should work as expected, but I still have to check that. Reload the page. Let's see how it looks like right now. Click on this. Guess what? I'm getting this here. I'm able to close it using both the buttons, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I'm able to close it. But when I click outside, well, nothing happens as expected. Well, that was not expected actually. What can I do? Whenever I click outside the model, I have to call the model backdrop, this particular section. This should work, but this is not working. Let's copy it from here. Where is that? This is the code that I got. Let's get this dialog section. Control C, and for a moment, let's simply comment this particular. Okay, I have this dialog as well. Let's comment the whole thing. Once I want to comment the whole, can't I do that? Really? Even this is not possible here. Now I should be able to comment it all. Few things are extra still remaining. So let's do one thing. How about right now? Commenting stuff is getting harder over here in React. Let's replace this completely. Don't know what is the reason behind that. Not this one. Model box, and just below the model box I have this particular section. And now let's see what happens. Reload the page, click on the edit button. Model does not appear. Amazing. Why doesn't the model appear if I click on that? Which method am I actually calling? Model 2 dot show model. Oh, sorry. That should be model 2. So I can make it model 1 if I'm not wrong. So let's go back and make it model 1, because I think I was calling model 1 only. And reload the page. Click on this. This ultimately appears. I have this close button. I can close that. If I click outside, it doesn't go away. Why? I have this close button, but when I actually look at this open model, I do not get the close button. Rather, when I click outside, it automatically gets closed. But when I actually use this, I'm getting that button. Why is that happening? Class button, on click document, get element y2, show model, open model, okay. Model 2 is here. ID model, okay. And then model box, font, padding, dialog, model backdrop, and then button is gonna be closed. Should work as expected, but it is not. Model 1, model box, and then all the things are here. And when it comes to that particular button, the logic that I'm using there. So let's go to card, and inside card, this is the logic. Document.get model 1 as this, and call element.show model. That means whenever I click outside, nothing happens. It's okay, I can go with this right now. The next thing that I can actually make it disappear automatically, but I can do that. But the main question is that why is this not working as expected? I already have another way. That way can be used, but the most important thing is this, that let's go to show model, let's go to model, and let's get the previous one. Let it be here. Close this, close this, close this, close this, close even the sidebar. Over here, instead of using this model, I'm gonna be getting the previous one from here. And the thing is that if it is mentioned in the documentation, it should definitely work as expected. Let's get the JSX, copy the whole thing from here and paste it here. If it is mentioned, it should work. Model 2, reload the page. Let's get it here. I think the name should be model 2 anyhow. That way it will work. I'm getting this close button. If I click outside, nothing happens. That means escape to escape, that's okay. I am getting that close button, but here I'm not getting the close button. I'm simply copying and pasting the things still. Why? Open model using document.id show model method name. I'm exactly using the same thing, nothing else. Still, I do not get the expected result. And then model, okay, part 1 model box action, part 2 backdrop label that covers the page when model is open, so we can close the model by clicking outside. This is the part that does it, part of the component. So if I'm saying that model backdrop, that means it will cover the whole page. And guess what, it is not covering. I've got the card. Once I've got the card, I need to get the cards. Not here, maybe. Over here, model. I'm giving it model backdrop. Model to show model. Ultimately, dialog model backdrop. This is not working. Reload the page. Click on open model. Here it's open. I can click on this, it closes. But the question is that why is this not throughout the page? And if it is actually throughout the page, why am I not able to cancel that? That means I'm setting some extra styling. I'm giving it some extra style, and because of that thing it is misbehaving. It could be. So what can I do? Next thing that I can actually do, model absolute, and even forget about that, mx auto. How about this particular thing? Will it come in the middle? That's okay, it is in the middle. That means, but here not exactly in the center. So this is it. I can give it that. Height is gonna be screen. Width is also going to be screen. In that case, what will happen? Don't know. It will look crazy. So what can I do? Let's cut it from here. This particular section until dialog. Cut it from here, and let's go to the main app page. What is there? Where is that? Here it is. And inside this particular app page, I will be just commenting everything else like this, and I will be returning a fragment, and I will be using this particular section over here. And now I wanna check whether it works on the main app or not. Reload it. Open model. I'm clicking outside, it's not even closing. So what else can I do? I even checked it in the main page and it is not working. The next thing that I can do is to use it without any design. That means this is, yeah. Lastly, I can initialize new React project and check this particular thing there. ls cd okay, mkdir testing, cd testing, npm how to react project, initialize the React project, React. Okay, learn more. Installation. That is view, right? Wait. Wait. Mm. NPX next app. Okay, this is the one that I can use or create React router at the latest. This is mainly next app, that is okay. How about the React app? React router disable. npm create React router at the latest. This is how it's done right now. Never mind, I will be using this React router at the latest. Using React router and this was the something that I npm create with at the latest. That was for React router. So npm create wait at the latest in the current directory. Hello bhai, hello Kunward. Sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing right. Kunwar Devansh, right? The thing is that all the words are connected like there directly, so it's like Kunwar Devansh. Correct me if I'm wrong. npm unknown. Okay, npx. What was the command that I just said right now? npm create wait at the latest. And what about here? npm create. Oh wow. npm create wait at the wait white. I don't know. Forget about the pronunciation. Let's focus on the main functionality part. Okay, what next? I will be using React, TypeScript. No, install with npm. Yes. Okay, it's installing. The thing is that this will not be enough. I have to install Daisy UI over here, and React does not have a Tailwind by default. That means I will have to install Tailwind first, and then I will have to install Daisy UI and all. So this could be troublesome. So what can I do? Sorry for that, but ls remove rf everything. I will be rather initializing a Next.js project so that it already has everything that I need. I can't remove really. Remove rf node modules. ls done. npx create next at the latest next app at the latest. I hope this is it's done. Yeah, use the recommended settings. Why is this not working as expected? That is mentioned in the Daisy UI website. That means that should be right. And if that is actually right, then why am I not able to get the right result? Do I need to use the model in the root directly? Like, so that's what I was even doing that. It did not work as expected. Problem with Next.js, it takes a lot of time to initialize the things and all. But I hope it's done. Yeah. Alrighty, after this I have to install npm install as a dev dependency daisy 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 ui, but daisy daisy ui at the latest. Let's install this thing. Then I have to run it. npm run dev. It will start running, and it's going to run on 3000 port. That's great. What is the next thing that I have to do? First of all, I have to open this. So before running it, let's open it in a different directory, and here I have to just simply start running this particular thing. Really quick, let's run it. npm run dev, and let's go to daisy UI and get that particular part from them. This was the model that I was using. It's giving me the, not this one, rather this one. Yeah. So let's copy the JSX and see how is the result. By the way, I should be able to get the result of this one. It needs to be compiled. Meanwhile, let's work on the main thing, page.tsx. Let's remove everything from here. Export default function home return a fragment, and inside that I will have the code. Any problem as such? No problem. Let's check this. I think it is a server side render, so I will have to make it client side render page first of all. But let's see. Go here. I'm getting the error over here. That means let's make it client side rendered page. For doing that, I have to make it use client, and once this thing is done, I should not be getting the error. And yeah, if I click on this, it appears. If I click outside, nothing happens. Again, even here, I'm doing nothing. I am just simply copying and pasting the stuff. If I click on this close button, then it disappears. By default, backdrop does not mean it will take the whole width and all. And as per this, is there anything I'm missing actually? Open NGTP, ChatGPT, source code, LLMs, model box, action, backdrop, toggle, open, top, middle, bottom, moves the model to the bottom. Wow, that is by default middle. So nothing seems to be working. I don't know. I'll have to even dig deeper. The thing is that it is not working the way it's being shown, or I'm just simply missing something. As per the documentation, I should simply copy it and paste it. That is it. If I'm actually doing that, I'm copying and pasting the stuff, and so it doesn't seem to be working actually. And that is a new fresh Next.js app that I have. If I paste it here, and even if I make it div, it doesn't matter what I make it. There's no possibility of just working as expected. I can even do that. And let's see, where is the next step? Over here. Reload the page. Open the model. Model appears, but when I click on the close button, it disappears. Outside it does not work. So this is the thing. Let's get rid of this thing. And ultimately, let's go with the simple way. I don't know what is the reason behind that. I will try to dig deeper into it, and I'll try to know the reason. But right now, one thing is clear. Even in the Next.js app, it's not working. So I should just get rid of this thing. So remove RF, everything inside the testing, and I hope it should be done. It's gonna take some time, but it will be done for sure. Can't remove testing device or resource widget, that is right. So let's do one thing. This particular thing needs to be closed. Once this is closed, I can come here and I can just say run brainly by me ls cd swag ls remove testing. Testing is a directory, so forcefully rf ls cd frontend npm run dev, and it should start. Done, it's running. By the way, as for that thing, I'm gonna be getting rid of that thing right now, because of course that does not work even in Next.js. Forget about it in my React, because if it doesn't work there, it will not work here too. As simple as that. There's nothing if and else thing. Okay, what is the next thing that I have to do? First of all, let's see whether it's working as expected or not. Reload the page. Once I reload the page, it looks like this. Let's go to the content. The content looks like this over here. And right now, if I click on this, this appears, and I have two close buttons. That means I have to remove one of them. So this time it's time to go to the model. So Control P model.tsx is here, and I have to remove this particular section from here. It does not work at all. Once this thing is done, then anything else, reload the page. Okay, it looks like this. Now I have to design that. Okay, and one more thing I can do if I actually want to design. So by default I can say that whenever it runs use effect, I don't even need to click on any button and all. Use snippet, and what I want to do over here is very simple. This thing. Should I do that? Yeah, I should do that. Is there something called close model here? I got that one. Then I have model open, show model, sorry, model box action when it comes to methods. So close is here. I have this open show model only, and I don't think I have anything else except that. Whenever I click on this, so there is something called model action dialog and then close button. So the model automatically gets closed once that particular model is clicked, like that particular model action is clicked with the help of the button. So that's not a big problem. I can go with this like this. So whenever the use effect runs for the first time, at that time I have to get the document dot what was I using over there inside the button, code.tsx, and the same thing I have to use, get element by id model 1, and that is it. So get element by id, and that's gonna be model 1. I hope that's the right name, and once that thing is clear, I hope, let me check the name, my model 1 is the name, and I will be getting it as HTML dialog element, or the value can be null as well, it depends. Once I got it, I'll save it inside an element variable, and then I can call some methods on top of that. So element.show model. Why do I even need to show model? Because I have to edit that, I have to make it better, and for that thing I need to know the values, like how it looks like. So let's keep it on the left side, the other one I will have on the right. If I reload the page right now, it simply appears over here because I have set it to show default. I mean, I have set showed by default, that is why it's being shown. By the way, everything else is great, like they are getting what as per the screen, the whole page is changing, so that's a good thing. Now it's time to work on this particular thing. So I have my model, this is the model box, and inside my model box I have everything else. What can I do? The first thing that is here, I already have the class name. I can give it padding all around 5, so it should be like this. I can make it rounded LG, and rounded LG should work. Rounded large. This is not rounded large. Why is that so? Border rounded LG. So I'm able to change the border, but I'm not able to change that. Okay, that has by default. How about making it primary, like this or something? How to make something primary in Tailwind CSS? Tailwind. BT, no, not this. There's something called how to give more preference to a CSS property using in Tailwind CSS. Important this important box in direct CSS. I can use this, and that's what I was trying to use. It did not work. Well, they are suggesting this only, so that's what I did. Return type this particular thing, and it's saying that class round can be written as rounded. Okay, I have to keep it at the last like this. How about this? Is this gonna work? And no, not really. Never mind. If this does not work, then what else can I do? One thing I can do, I can actually, sorry, my bad. Let's remove this border thing over from here. and I can actually have these things in this particular div, then it should work. So let's keep it like this. It's still looking like that. Right now I will be able to change rounded LG. So that was my bad actually. I mistakenly wrote in the second one, but I should be writing in the parent dialog element, whatever you call that. So this particular thing is done. Then I have hello. What do I need to have when I start adding the values? At that time I need to have a title. So let's remove this particular thing, or let's have it over here and make it like add your note. It's gonna be looking like that. Really bad, I know. Let's give it the style from my own side. So text is going to be first of all in the center. Text is gonna be 3XL around. Font, let's keep it bold by default. So it's looking like this. As for the text linear, no, BG linear, that will be like from the 2R bottom left. I will be starting from the right, and from blue, and that will be 500, and to cyan, that will be 500, and let's see how it looks like. It will not look crazy. Then text is going to be transparent, and BG clip text. Well, it looks like this. Great. So I'm able to give the color to the text right now. So this is how it's looking like, and that is not bad, by the way. Let's continue. This has border by default. Okay, if I click on it, it gets the border. If I click outside, it doesn't even go away. So have I given the border by default? Don't know. Let's make it border none. Border 0. I can say border none. I don't think I have that property. So let's make the border 0. Reload the page. So that's gone. If I even remove this particular section from here, what will happen? Reload the page. Well, I don't get that. That was maybe selected by default, so that was happening. So add your note is here, and after that thing, by the way, I will be editing the note too, so that's not a big problem. I'll be getting it changed. Then I have the paragraph, I have the close button. Inside this particular thing, I will have everything else, whatever I need. So div, and I can say input box is gonna be this, and inside here I will have input. This is gonna be the first input. Second one is gonna be the content. First one is the title, second one is the content. Is that right? No, that's not right. First one is gonna be the title, second one is gonna be the link. So that's gonna be input text only. So second one is gonna be for the link. What about the extra things? Then I will have the category to select. How am I going to have that? No. Close this, and this time it's time to go with this. Over here yesterday I designed the things, so these things are okay, but I actually need to have the add-in page, and I haven't even created that yet. Crazy stuff. So in order to create that, let's do one thing. I will have some checkboxes right over here. So for getting those checkboxes, I can say checkboxes. I'll have to create those checkboxes on my own. Is there something checkbox on DGY? Let's check this thing. Let's go to docs and accordion, avatar, badge, corrosive, chat bubble, collapse, cut down, diff, whatever, KVD. What is this KVD? I don't know. Okay, never mind. List, status, text, breadcrumbs, doc, menu, navbar, pagination steps, alert, road in progress, radial skeleton, calendar, checkbox. How about this? Well, the checkbox are like this. No, not like the checkbox should actually contain the field name, radio, range, not this label. Yeah, this is gonna be better option. I can use select, and I can select any particular type of that. Great job. Well, it looks like this. Let's select a better one. Pick a color. I can pick the color. It will look like that. Okay, I think the first one is rather better. I can go with the first one. Remaining ones are okay. I can give it the color and all, so that's not a big problem. Let's go with the first one. I will be using select. Again, this select can easily be made using a Tailwind CSS as well, but I'm gonna be going with this only for now. Default value, pick color, class name is this. Disabled options, simple easy peasy thing. So let's even have this particular thing over here. So I have options, select over here. I will be just selecting the values. After select, what else will I have? I have to add what text. Interesting thing. I have to add many many tags. How am I supposed to add many tags? If I go to YouTube, what is happening here? They have this facility, by the way. Where am I going to get this option from? YouTube Studio, content, just any video, click on this, and over here if I just click on show more, they have this particular option. If I say hi and if I enter, that becomes a tag. Interesting. Let's ask this AI. I don't know about this particular section. Like, how can I actually create this? The question is simple. How can I create an input box that takes the text? Let's see, just like YouTube. You can build tag input combining text input with the state that stores an array of tags, then rendering each tag as a chip or button with the remove option. Well, it's too much. Let's get the overall idea what's happening over here. First of all, what I'm doing, that I have tags string, okay, then I have value and set value, that's all right. Then I'm adding the tags, tag string, I'm trimming that. After trimming that, tags include trimmed, return, duplicate, okay, set previous. So this is where I'm adding it, that's okay. On key down, event on key down, if that's equals to enter, or event dot key is this, then event dot prevent the default, add key, add the value, set the value, and then else if e dot key backspace, and not value, and text dot length. There is no value in text dot length is nothing. At the time set previous state is 0 minus 1. What am I doing over here? That set tags at that time get all the previous elements, and you have to just slice the values. You have to slice the 0th element and by 1. What does this mean? Delete last tag on the backspace. Here, okay, minus 1, sorry. So I have to delete from 1, but which element do I have to delete? Not the 1 but the minus 1, that means the last one. That's great. And once this thing is done, then what am I doing over here? Const on change is equal to change event and set event dot target dot value, remove tag, set tags previous filter, filtering it and all. Tags input, these are the tags that I have. So tags is equal to tags map button, and tag key on click, whenever I click on that, it should simply disappear. Does this happen over here? When I click on that, yeah, it disappears, right? No, I can edit that. Never mind, I got the overall idea. That means I should be able to build that. Let's read through it a little more. Tag chip, class name is equal to tag chip, on click remove tag, and done. Input text value on change, that's gonna be input box. Just beside that, that means here, this is the input box. Yeah, this is the input box, the last one option, and it simply gets the value, simply adds that, and for submitting you can send tags. Interesting stuff. Using UI library faster. If you use Material UI, you get a tags into input similar to YouTube with almost no logic by using auto-complete in multiple mode with a free solo. So you just can type any tag and press enter to add it. Auto-complete Material UI. I will not be using that because I want to make it manually. Material UI, but I wanna check. Can't I do that? Okay, get started. What is the name of that? The name of that is autocomplete if I'm not wrong, and that is autocomplete from Material UI text field. Okay. Text. FIELD field. Okay, these are the text fields anyway. Material UI is a good library. I had better know more about it. How about autocomplete? Complete. Well, it is definitely using something in the like background to just simply give me the autocomplete options, and I think that is free solo. What is free solo? I have no idea, but it is definitely using this. And then options, a list of suggested tags. Ultimately, it can have options. It can have lots. By music कम करो करना ज़्यादा है क्या? मतलब sorry ज़्यादा है क्या? Control panel. Let me check. पता नहीं था म्यूजिक ज़्यादा है, मैं कम कर दूंगा, कोई नहीं. Oh yeah, ज़्यादा था. How about this? I hope right now it is okay. It's fine. Let me know once the music gets right. I hope right now the do I need to decrease the volume more of the music? Let me know if that is so. Should I just copy and paste the stuff here? That's gonna be the easiest thing. I will have an input box just outside, and then I will have these remaining things, and that is it. Which option is better? Let's create it on our own. Like either I can just copy and paste everything, or I can create. So creating something is better option than copying and pasting. So I have these many things right now. I will create an input box. So it's gonna be like a div, and that div will be class. I can say tags input box. I have to create that. Not a big problem, but it looks crazy. Let's reload the page. It looks like this right now. So what can I do right here? The simple thing that I can do, class name, that's gonna be flex. Let me know whether the audio quality is good or not, or do I still need to decrease the volume, the music volume. Flex is gonna be column. So it's like that. Well, this is bad, mainly because it should have some width, and right now width is really less. So I can say one thing, by default I will be giving it some width. The dialog box will have width kind of 56 or something. Let's see. Well, it's still too less. Let's make it 80, and let's make it 94 because this is the last. Otherwise I'll have to give it a still not good. Width is gonna be, how many options I have? 2 extra large. Yay, something good, but it's too bad. matlab too much. So I can do one thing, let's keep it just extra right now, extra large only, not 2XL. How about this right now? It looks like this. Well, this is fairly good, I mean not bad. This much I can be okay with. If I even decrease it, it keeps decreasing, so it looks like that. So let's keep it XL for now. Later I may even change it, not a problem, and the remaining things need to be added. First thing is this input style. Let's give it some style. So class name, border is going to be none. First of all, border is gonna be none. Do I have none? Yeah, I have none. Border none. So border is gonna be none. And what? Let's give it some placeholder so that at least things are visible. Placeholder, that's gonna be enter your title, simple. And same is gonna be for this one. Over here I will say just placeholder, enter your link, done. So these two things are here. Now I can go with the styling and things and all. So text is gonna be black. Instead of keeping the text black, how about keeping the text blue? And the placeholder color holder is going to be blue, text blue 500. It looks like that. Let's just keep it 300 around. 400. Yeah, not bad. As for the text, text is going to be BG, text is going to be blue around 500 or something, and outline is gonna be, by default it's gonna be none. That's gonna be border, and border is gonna be of, forget about even border, let's give it a rounded LG, and whenever I focus over it there should be border. The outline needs to be by default. I will remove it when I hover over it, so it's gonna be looking like that. Can't I get the outline? Okay, I'm getting the outline. There is no border, that is the problem. So let's keep it none. Outline is going to be none. I will have a border. Okay, and rounded is large, that's too much, so let's make it medium. Okay, small, medium is gonna be okay. I will give it the padding and all. So px is gonna be 3, 2, text is gonna be XL, and padding y is gonna be 1, and what else? Whenever I hover over it, at that time, whenever I hover over it, at that time, outline is null by default. I wanna have a ring around it, and that ring will be 2. Whenever I hover over it, ring blue, or just let's make it pink for now, or cyan, ring cyan, and it will be 600 or something, and that is it. Let's see. How about making it blue only? Cyan was better. Am I giving, do I have too much? Like, what about the border? Border is gonna be just 1. Border is gonna be 1. That is by default to 1, so I don't need to set it again. So I can just remove this particular thing from here. Padding is 2x XL. And this should only happen when I focus rather than hovering it. So let's remove these things. Control D. Whenever I focus, at that time it should focus. At that time it should come. like this, and I should be able to just write this stuff here. As for the color, I'm gonna be making it cyan, and that to maybe 500 around. And let's check this thing. Well, this does not look bad. Yeah. I can go with these two colors because I'm using these two colors everywhere, so this is fine for me. Let's do one thing, cut the whole thing from here, Control X, and this particular section, let's go to the top, and over here, not there, just here, I will have the whole design. Sorry, const input style, that's gonna be like this. Once I have the input style, I will be giving the input style here. So input style, it's gonna be like this, and same here, class name input style. So ultimately I won't have to write the things over and over. So this is how it looks like. And the another thing is that reload the page first. It looks like this. Is it selected by default? Yeah, it is. Placeholder, this thing is here, enter your link is here, and what else? First of all, it's going to be required. Same here, this is also going to be required, required, required. So this thing is done. And as for this particular thing, gap is gonna be gap y, that's going to be 5 or something, too much, 3. Okay, as for the border, I haven't given it like border, it just looks like that. And as for this, let's give it a space y5 so that it is just a little above. Add your note, enter your title, enter your link. What the hell? That's already selected. Okay, that was the border that was looking like that. Ring 2, border 2. Let it be. Let's not remove the border unnecessarily. Otherwise, the border will not be there. So that will be crazy. So this is not bad. Rather it looks good. I can say border color can be transparent. So whenever I hover over it at that time, BG border is gonna be no. Whenever I focus at that time, border blue, that's gonna be like 0, none. Reload the page. Well, nothing happens. If I make it red or border red 500 around, then what will happen? It becomes red. If I just make it 100 and off blue, reload the page, then it will look something like this, and that's rather good. Even design wise it looks great. So I don't have any problem with that. At least it feels like I'm just adding something there. As for the color, I can make it even 600, the ring color. Reload the page. Well, that sucks. 500 was fairly good. Reload it. Yeah, you can just add something over here and that will be done. Same is gonna happen with this one. So whichever one is selected, it will look like that. Great. What is the next thing? The next thing is the picking color option. I'm able to pick the color, but it does not look good. So I had some options over there. So I can go to Digi UI, and when I was picking the color, so I have this particular color. Am I giving any color to this thing by default? Select accent. So this is the color that is being given, right? Class name, in the class name section. So I can give it the color as select info. Yeah. So how does it look like? This way. So I can give it the color. So when it comes to giving the color to this particular section that I have, so select and select how many I have options in info. What will it do? Over here, not there, just here. Seriously, I've lost that. Here it is. Okay, this does not have any color by default, and let's forget about that. Let's give it the color that I want to give. So first of all, it should have a border. Okay, once it has the border should be rounded large. It should be medium. EX should be 2, PY should be 1, like that, and text should be extra large. Ultimately, what I want, that not even this thing. Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of this thing as well. Over here, class name, this, and then select is going to be here, and input style, it's gonna be looking like that, and this style is given by default, and this will be selected. I can just select the values from here, and I will be done with this. As simple as that. I don't need to create some extra design and all. I can just use the previous one, and after that I'm picking the color. As for this one, this is the option that I have. So when this is selected, I am getting all the options, and for the options the color is set like this. This is not even bad actually. I'm just simply picking the color. I can pick the color, and that's gonna be looking like this. So type, select the type. First one is gonna be U. Second one is gonna be Twitter. Third one is gonna be documents. One more. That's gonna be article. One more, and that's gonna be other, if that does not belong to any one of the categories. So let's reload the page. I'm getting by default that's YouTube. Wow. If I reload it, select the type, I'm getting YouTube selected by default. Twitter, document, article, other. Disabled true, select the type. If I get rid of this thing, I'm getting YouTube. If I just have it over here, default value is gonna be pick a color. Do I have that? I do not have a default value. Yeah, default value I have pick a color, but it is not visible. Select the type. This is the default, and I hope I will be able to see that. Yeah, reload the page. By default, I'm getting select the type. Once I click on it, I'm actually able to select the type and all, and it looks like this. and this thing is done. By the way, I have to give it some shadow. So when it comes to giving to shadow to this particular model, so shadow is going to be medium and shadow color is going to be blue, and that's gonna be like maybe 400 around, so that it don't know how it's gonna look like. It looks like this. I can close it, it simply disappears, and when I get it, it looks like this. Shadow, 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 shadow. How about 300? Well, this does not look bad actually. The most important thing is going to be here inside this tags input box. I have to create an input box that would be containing lots of tags, and then the close button is here. So tomorrow I will be doing something really interesting stuff. That means I will be creating an input box, and that input box will contain lots of tags. So gonna be great. By the way, I have given more than enough time today. I have given it around 1 hour and 15 minutes or something. So tomorrow I have to just work on this feature. So I have to work on this particular feature, and meanwhile if I get some extra time, I will be learning about Redux and all, so that I can actually implement all those things here. So for it looks like this. I can even get the model over here, and the model looks like this. Even the model needs to be completed. I have to add some extra things, but this is not bad. This is fairly good. I can even make it better, but for now let it be this much only. We have to actually add many features, profile and all, authentication and all, so we'll be getting everything done. It is gonna be a good project. It is gonna be a big one, and why not? We can do that. I'll be catching up now tomorrow with this project, and as for now I will be catching up just after half an hour or something. Take care.